Hello Home Depot, Home Services. In this training class we're going to show you how to measure when replacing an aluminum window in LapSiding application. So if you're an SC inside the home, really you can do this by measuring sheetrock to sheetrock. Okay? So take your trusty tape measure. Okay? If you're going after the price to give the quote, you would basically just take the tape measure, measure sheetrock to sheetrock, okay, and then add an inch. Because most of the time you're going to find that your sheetrock is about a ½ inch thick, so you'd add an inch to your overall width, and you do the same thing for your height. Okay. Okay. So to get your price, that's how you would do that. However, the most important part of this training class is really understanding how to get the final measure, okay, for ordering. So if you're looking at this aluminum window, right now we have a simulated aluminum window with 5/4 board trim. Okay? And the idea is to take a look at the exterior of this window and find the trim piece that actually sticks out a little bit further so you can kind of get to that. So as you take a closer look, you can see that there's a little bit of trim sticking out here. So we want to get from interior edge of the trim to interior edge of the trim to get the width, and we'll do the same thing for the height. So you take your tape measure and you make your measurement. Now remember, you want to do this in 3 separate places because that way you take the smallest measurement and then you would order the unit to fit that size. So let's take this measurement now. So we're looking at 30 1/4, 30 1/4, 30 1/4. Wow, that's a perfect wall, believe it or not. So we have 30 1/4 on width. So right now what we want to do is write it down immediately. Okay? So we've taken our width at 30 1/4. Now, for the height you do the same thing. Find the outermost edge of the trim and measure from trim to trim to get your opening size. So on your height you're looking at 41 1/2, 41 1/2, and 41 1/2. Same thing, perfect wall, right? So now that we have our width and our height, and we want to write that down right away. We had our width and our height, and you want to deduct about 1/4 inch from the width and 1/4 inch total from the height. Okay? And that will get you your overall size to order. Okay, now that we have our actual measurements and know what size unit we need to fill that hole, you really need to understand what products you're going to go back in the hole with. So Anderson has 3 great products to choose from. We have the 100 series product, which has a 3 1/4 inch pocket frame. We also have a tilt wash and a Woodwright product that has an insert, has a 3 1/4 inch pocket frame. Okay? All 3 of those products are great products to use in this type of replacement application. Now, we're not going to go through all the steps of installation, okay, removal and installing and all the flashing and things. I really want you to understand how our products actually fit into the hole once they're installed. So let me show you this. So first thing you want to do is take out the simulated aluminum window here. Okay? We wish it was really this easy. So watch this. Wow! Amazing. Okay, so if you recall, I said our insert windows are 3 1/4 inch pocket windows. That means the distance from the interior edge to the outer edge is really 3 1/4 inches. And as you can tell, there's a significant difference in the 2 frame sizes. So you know that this 3 1/4 inch frame is not really going to fit exactly where that aluminum window was. So if you look at this, so as you can tell, it sticks out too far. All right. So in order to make this frame work in this type of application, you really need to cut back the sheetrock, okay, to push the unit back into the opening a little bit. Okay. So now that we've cut back the drywall, as you can see, there's a better distance here to push that unit back. Now let's take our unit. Okay. Now let's see how it fits in the opening. Now, as you can see, the unit is pushed back in the opening. It butts up against the drywall that's remaining, which is about a ½ inch or so. And now you can also apply your Fibrex trim stop, okay, to get a nice clean finish on the outside, and the unit fits right back where the aluminum window stopped. Okay, so now that we showed you the 400 series tilt wash and Woodwright insert window, I'm going to show you the casement window, the 400 series casement replacement product. So as you can see here, the frame depth is a little bit different. Okay, this is with the nail fin cut off. So if you look at the 2 frame types, you have a double hung frame type, okay, with the slope sill, and you have a casement frame. Now this particular casement frame is actually shown here with a drywall return bead, which is what you would get when you order it as an insert product, okay? And it's going to work the same way. So let me show you how it works. So we take our casement product with the nail fins cut off, put it into the opening, and see it still bumps the drywall on the interior. You still get a nice edge around the outside. It doesn't stick out past the trim. Overall, this is a great product. These two products are great working in this type of application replacement. Okay. As we wrap up, just let's recap what we just showed you. So we showed you how to measure for pricing. Okay. If you recall, we said measure sheetrock to sheetrock and add an inch to your overall width and height for pricing. And we also showed you how to do a final measure for ordering. Okay. So you would measure from trim to trim, height and width. Okay, and you would deduct about 1/4 inch for both. You would deduct 1/4 inch on the width and the height to get your final order. Now, we also showed you the finished product in the opening. So we showed you how you can pull out the aluminum window and use 3 great products from Anderson. You can use a tilt wash insert, wood right insert, or a casement replacement, or a 100 series product line.